Hello. This is the long demo, so I can be a bit more comfortable. First of all, I'm going to start with the Docker containers. So we have a Docker container in the pool. It currently has only 4 nodes, so 0 to 8 are used. The others are not used. I just created some nodes and destroyed them for fun, like before. So it has a lot of things open. So we have another Akapa instance running and another Akapa instance running. One of them exists so that I can create, one of them is a steward, like the steward is running on one of them and then the normal users are on here. Like they are both multi-tenant mode running, but this one is running with a steward on it. So I'm going to first show you how to actually run the program. So first I'm going to close the Akapa instances. Okay, so now first we need to install the Aries Cloud Agent Python. As you can see here, I have my DID folder. So Aries Cloud Agent Python, this is a package. You can find it over here, Aries Cloud Agent Python, not here, here. Okay, so this is the Akapa. You need to download this package, so you can just do this and then install it, like clone it into a folder. After cloning it, there is some problems. At least on Windows I was having a bit issues. So the run docker file, as you can see here, doesn't contain this. You need to actually export it and then use it in here, but instead I just wrote it here. So you need to specify the ports here, and also let me find it. Like the Genesis transaction file over here, as you can see, needs to go inside the container for it to work. I'm gonna also show you where to get the Genesis transaction file, but let me see. It should be somewhere. Okay, it's here. So this is the Genesis file, and this piece of code over here puts it inside of the container, root level of the container. So you need to edit this run docker script so that it actually does these things. Like this is where my Genesis file is. So wherever your Genesis file is, you just put the path to it. I don't know why it's /c, but I mean it works, so it probably accepts just something like this because it's weird. And the ports, as I said, you need to set them. So first of all, where do you get the Genesis? So I'm gonna open as you can see, here is in the pool. I have my pool. These are the port bindings. This is the ID of the container. I also might explain, let me explain how to run the nodes as well. It's not very time consuming because we have infinite time, because this is not the short demo. I can be a bit slower. So okay, in the SDK, normally the SDK is deprecated, so you don't use the SDK for anything, but we're just going to run some nodes and it still runs nodes very nicely. So I have a Genesis here as also, but it doesn't matter. Basically what you do is you go to in the SDK, then you go to the archive. As you can see, it's just been deprecated. It is deprecated currently. You can use in the node, I mean it is not deprecated. In the node is still alive and well, it's working, but I enjoy opening the nodes from in the SDK. So in the SDK, we need to start the nodes. Where is the start nodes part? Let me find it. Let's actually say start. No. Okay, what's here? Docker build this command. You need to run with the dot. You need to run this. If you run this, it is going to start the nodes on these parts. Let's check out in the pool.docker file. In the pool.docker file, I assume it is in. Where is it actually? I don't remember. Let me find it. CI. Okay, it's in CI. Sorry, that's for later. Okay, CI in the pool docker file. Okay. So this is the docker file. I don't think I have edited anything here. Like the expose part. Yeah. This is all correct. This is all correct. You just run this function first. You build the pool and then run. If you write 0, 1 to 21, it will make something like mine. But if you write just 0, 1 to 0, 8, then it's going to just use those ports. Since it's, as I said, I have used like 7 or, seven nodes before. So when you use 7 nodes, you need more ports. So you can like set it up as you want. Docker run itd in the pool. After running this, you are okay. The node starts and it's on the Docker containers page. Okay, after doing this, you are going to need to get your containers. So docker exec it bash. Okay, now I'm going to go to var lib in the sandbox. In the sandbox, you can see Genesis. Where is it's this one, this file. So you can see it. Domain. Okay, this is the Genesis, but this is domain. Wait, let me exit. You need the pool transaction Genesis. Less pool transaction Genesis. Okay, this is your Genesis file. So this is for connecting to the ledger. You need to get this, copy this from here, and you are basically done with in this stuff. Like from here, you are done. Okay, now you need to come to, let me close this, run docker part, and then right here, wherever you put the genesis.txn file. As I said, you have this, copy it, and then put it in a file, then make genesis file equal to that file path, and you are correct, you are done. Okay, this is basically it for this part. You need to set the ports, as I said, and then you need to set the genesis file, but you also need to do some other stuff. So docker network ls I need to write. Okay, so as you can see, I have a pool connector network. So why do I have this network? Because Akapai needs to speak with this container in the pool container, and it cannot do that without actually having the same network. So I have created a pool connector network. And then if I say docker inspect pool connector, as you can see, the IP address of my container stoically key, which is this one, is this. This is the IP of that. Doesn't really matter, like that IP doesn't matter, but I'm going to show you some commands now. So let's start the Akapais. So this is the basic command to start Akapai. This is my wallet secret. It doesn't really matter, you can change it, you can do whatever you want here. We're gonna bash scripts run docker, we're gonna start it. Genesis file is going to be not very important because No, it's important to set it as ./genesis.txn because it's going to look for it in this place. Like, it's going to put the Genesis file at the root of the container. Okay, so that's what it does. Inbound transport is just 008,000, so that's where it does the inbound transport. The outbound is 8 HTTP. It has to be multi-tenant because we are using the wallets, multiple wallets. GVT secret, as I said, you can change this. Multi-tenant admin. This is for having an admin interface. Admin in secure mode. This is so that I don't have to write a bearer token for this GVT secret. And admin at 8001. Seed is trustee 1. This seed is the transactions I just showed you. Actually, I cannot show it again. Maybe I can. Let me see. Yeah, these transactions. These transactions and the domain those are the pool transactions. The domain transactions contain the trustee as the trustee. So this seed gives you the trustee's the trustee's wallet. Yeah. So if you use this seed, you get the trustee wallet. And you can do whatever you want. Basically, trustee is the highest elevation level authorization in the system. So label, trustee, endpoint. Now this part is important. This is my Docker network's IP address with a tree. Why is there a tree? Because when I run this container, it's going to be at this place. Auto provision, auto pin connection, wallet type, ASCAR unknown creds. This took so long. I mean, they changed the wallet type indie to ASCAR unknown creds for some reason, and they didn't write it in the documentation. So I had to find where the wallet types are written and then just figure it out. ASCAR unknown creds. It is ASCAR unknown creds. Wallet name, some name, wallet key, some key. It doesn't really matter because we are just testing. And after that, I press enter. That's 8000 and 8001. And I have started 8000 and 8001. Now I'm gonna do the same thing here, but with 8002 and 8003 values. Now I press enter here, and it's going to start. Actually, adding to the Docker network might be here as well. Yeah, pool connector network. I think this part also, yeah, this part is also required because you need to set the network. As I said, if you don't set the network, it doesn't work. Okay, the deprecation notices, as you can see, we don't use any of these in the project. None of these are used. The RFC 0037, 0036, 0160. I use the ID exchange. I use issue credential it2 and then present proof 2. I use those. Okay, as you can see, our Kappa is open at trustee, and both of them are trustee because I didn't they have both the same DID. It doesn't matter, as I said. I'm going to create sub wallets. So Akapais are running now. Okay, we are okay with the Akapai part. Now we come here. Okay, here we have a simple express server. Now this is what the browser extension stores this is the database of my website. Like you seen this website, where is it? Login. Okay, this is the website. This website, the database for the hiring items and the job notifications part, it's literally just this thing. So I'm very sorry for that, but I mean it works, and it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna just start it. Why didn't something happened? Let's see. Wallet ID. I probably didn't initialize it and try to do something. Let me just refresh this page and let me see. Oh, actually, now that we have restarted the Akapai instance, we need to do something. Yeah. Okay. So first of all, when you start the Akapai instance and go to the government page, you are going to see a wallet token here, and then you need to copy this wallet token, then get to the 8003 localhost 8003 Swagger, and then authorize, and then bearer, then that, and then I need to authorize. Okay, I'm now authorized, so I can I'm using the wallet within this. So let me show you where is the initialize wallet instance. This BIP39 value creates me a wallet, like I create for a wallet from these text. Let me show you actually. Okay, so it will initialize with mnemonic always. This entire thing was inside the browser extensions node module, like the node package. This is the node module, so it was entirely inside of this. But then I said, wait, if I put the mnemonic to seed functions inside of the client, what am I going to do when the client steals it and then creates credentials by themselves? And yeah, I cannot do that. So I created a server instead, and then inside of the server you can see the mnemonic to seed function takes the mnemonic and slices it, and then wallet key is just slice of the seed, and wallet name is just slice of the seed, and wallet name creates a wallet name, like it hashes it. I think, I don't remember, I wrote these, but let me find it. Yeah, it hashes it shy 256, and then stringifies it, and it's going to create a wallet name like this one. It doesn't, as I said, like these are simple things. Okay, now I have I'm going to continue the wallet initialization. So we have the token, we come here, and then we go to nim ledger nim. We need to register a new nim. Which nim are we going to register? We are going to register this one. It just prints it out the second you enter the government page, and you come here, and then you copy this, then you work here. Okay, this is going to be my steward. I'm gonna execute it. Cannot register nim without a public DID. I did something wrong. I had to do it this way. Now, okay. Now I'm going to have to write the bearer key here. Okay, authorize. I'm gonna copy this. Now I need to set my public DID. Public DID. Let's find it. Okay. Here I set my DID and then execute this, and my DID is finally posted and everything is correctly working now. The index.js can now run all the functions. That's the setup for everything. Like, you need to create the nodes, you need to create the Akapai instances. After creating the Akapai instances, you need to run this server, and you need to, I mean, you can run npm link, but you don't need to, because I mean, I put it up on npm. So npm in the Bex connector. The thing is here, CrediLink backend service. So the API URL will be the URL of this. Currently it is on localhost 3000, so you would write localhost 3000 in the API URL part. And then when you come here, the API URL is going to be localhost 3000 as well for CrediLink's website, like the login page, government page, diploma page, the normal thing. And for this browser extension thing, the Quasar config requires Quasar config.js, yes, DB URL CrediLink to be localhost 3000, 3000 because, as I said, index has given me port 3000 because I selected the 3000 actually, but yeah. And DB URL is occupies URL. So localhost 8001 is the occupies URL. And then we come here, close this, and we are now finally at the governance page, and everything is running correctly. So if I do this, I got no credentials currently. So I'm going to be like, since we removed the occupy instance and rerun it, we need to regenerate schemas and do everything from scratch. Like if you watch the short demo, these are all done already. So now we need to create them one by one. So welcome to the government page. This is where we issue your government ID. And since this is a demo, you will be both issuer and the receiver of the ID. Normally, creating the schema and credential definition would be done by someone at the government office, and you would only be asking for your ID. The current DID that government uses has role steward. This role was set manually. This role can create schemas and credential definition. Like this thing that is writing here, we just did that. You remember here. We set the public DID and we gave, like, without the authorization, we created a, we sent a DID to the ledger. Also, we can check it on the ledger if you want, like docker exec it. Well, that's not it probably. Docker ps, let's say. In the pool, docker exec it bash. The user local in read ledger type domain. If I said that, and you can see all the transactions that have been done until now. So probably these two are no, it's probably this one or this one, I don't know. One of these transactions have made it so that our DID is written on the ledger. I actually need to like find the DID inside of this. Yeah, this is probably the DID, the HKNY3SOR. Is it this one? Let's see. Public. No, it's the EFUN. I don't know, it should be over here somewhere. Froms are always the same currently, but the to part, the dest part, should be different. But I cannot seem to find it currently, but it's probably somewhere over here. It has like a ton of transactions currently, but as I said, it's somewhere over here. Otherwise we can't. Actually, it is going to give an error if it didn't work. So generate schema. We have to generate a schema now. With the npm package we can generate schemas. Like when you click that, this will change. This should have changed actually. I don't know why it didn't change. Maybe it is because I have already done those things. That could be it. Because I already created the government schema and stuff like that. Maybe that's it. I don't know. So let's continue. Generate schema is done. Credential definition setup. Government ID 1.0. Generate get. This should actually generate it. So yeah, it generates it, but let me quit and then execute again. User local in ls read ledger type domain. Yeah, I think I have already created them. Like the government ID schema is here by this guy. This guy has created it, and there are a lot of schemas and things like that. Like proof of employment schema is here, or this is maybe a credential definition. I don't remember. I don't know. It should be somewhere here. If it wasn't here, you couldn't get the credential. So it must be there. Get your credential. So we get our government ID, get your identification credential. Normally this would be a government's page. So normally you would log in to a government page, and then the government already knows your name, surname, social security number, date of birth, whatever, all other values. They already know that. So they would, after you logging in, they wouldn't even like, they would just give you the items. You wouldn't even need to see it or something like that. You would just connect your wallet. Did I not create the wallet? Ah, yeah. Actually, what did we do? We need to register again. We need to register again because the wallet is corrupted. The Akapa instance has been closed and opened again. You need to remake the wallet. So shuffle and open and city. Okay, let me enter a password and credentials in my wallet. None. Let me refresh this and continue, Schema ID, generate, continue, connect wallet. Now it works because I know what I'm doing. So get Bob's ID. Now same thing as before, Bob Bobson, SSN and birth date. You can accept it. Generate a DID. I actually wanted to, when you press generate DID, it auto selects it, but I didn't do it. I don't know, it doesn't really matter. And we are done. Success. We finally we got the credential. Now we are going to get our diploma. We go to University of Bob. This is a funny name. Its icon is like University of Bob. I don't know why I did that. I had time. University person from localhost university wants to connect. I am accepting. And then it's going to check my government ID with this credential definition. So I'm going to create the proof. So when I click the proof request, the index here, like what happens is the IndieBex connector receives the button click event, then it gets the proof request part, then it calls the API URL, which is index.js. So, yeah, index.js, I mean the JavaScript API. So index.js calls that create proof request, and it comes here, and I mean it goes here, and then it goes to create proof request, and then that goes to wallet that create proof request, and it is like somewhere over here. We can close this. It's here. So the proof request comes here, and the invitation message ID is set as the same thing, and then the request object is created as with the attributes and predicates, and then the request is sent to Akapai, and then the response is returned all the way back to me. So the proof request comes here, and the expected value is same with the value in wallet. They match, so I accept now. And the verification failed and done because there is two of them. Okay, no problem, continue. Generate diploma schema now. As I said, this is just like the government part. This would have been done by someone else. You would be just receiving your diploma. So it's just because, I don't know, like making them on the back and then bringing it here would, I didn't do that. I just did it like this. Generate and get diploma credential definition. Then I'm gonna connect my wallet. I'm gonna accept. I'm gonna receive my diploma. University of Bob 305, Bachelor of Science, new DID, receive credential. Okay, I have successfully received my diploma credential. Now you can now use this credential to prove that you have a degree from University of Bob. Now, yeah, this is actually wrong. We go to Digisoft for that credential. Digisoft is a software company that is Bob's old employer. Now Bob needs to receive their proof of employment credential. By the way, this page I didn't work much on, so I need to actually refresh it after doing anything on it. Like after doing the schema, CredDev thing doesn't come. You need to actually refresh the page to get it. So yeah, okay. Yeah, credential definition creation takes some time. Let me see if that has been created. Even that is not created. I mean, probably somewhere over here, those exist. Because I'm using the same seed and the same credential definition and stuff like that, that's probably because, that's probably why. I might clean the ledger and then test it again, but why would I do that? So we can receive the credential now. Every 5 minutes this screen appears, so for security purposes people don't look at your credentials. Okay, choose the ID. Let me choose the new DID. Let me receive a credential to that DID. Okay, successfully issued the credential. Okay, now I can log in. I'm back at this page, and Alice actually needs to receive their government ID and then stuff like that. So I'm going to exit the wallet, register, and I'm gonna take a picture of this because you forget and then you have to do it all over again. Okay, 2 is alter, 4 is slam, and 7 is cancel. 1, 2, 3 always. Okay, I have no credentials in my wallet. Let me just log in again. No credentials. Government, let me get my government ID. Create schema. What do you mean create schema? Let me refresh this. Continue. It's still saying create schema. Wow. Something seems broken. Something really seems... Oh, this broke. Yeah, it sometimes breaks. Doesn't matter. Probably because I used something. I don't know. It broke. So let's go back to government. Yeah, there is a schema. So credential definition, government ID. Actually, you know what? Let's see what broke it. What broke this? No such schema exists on this wallet. Get credential definitions schema ID. Probably because the wallet token was having a problem. Yeah. Like I fixed this issue in somewhere else, but I don't know. Sometimes some things just break by themselves. Get government ID. We are going to get our government ID. Get Alice's ID. Alice Allison. And this is the DID. Let's receive our credential. And then continue. Success. Alice has finally got a credential. And then code Nimbus. At code Nimbus we need to get our HR credential, government ID, and the credential definition is already set. Government ID is 121212. Yeah, okay, that's correct. I have the same. Now HR credential doesn't exist, it says, so I need to first create it, then create the credential definition, and then get it, and then connect the wallet. HR receive, code Nimbus, okay. Receive HR credential. Yeah, the what number and company name is shown here, and then I generated the ID, and then I selected and receive my credential. And then I can go here and see you can now create job listings and prove you are from code Nimbus. And then I actually need to initialize the project. So connect wallet, accept, continue. CrediLink ID currently doesn't exist on the ledger because we just closed and opened it. So it actually exists on the ledger. That's why the things are not changing here. But the wallet doesn't know it exists on the ledger. So I need to run it again so that it understands that, oh, they actually exist on the ledger. I don't need to rewrite them because it would have been writing them all over again here. So, okay. I've initialized the CrediLink, so I need to now log in to here. So I'm gonna hire someone. I'm gonna hire based on digital diploma and government ID. No, proof of employment. Okay. So I'm going to use GPA value. I like GPA value because I had a bad GPA in university, and I like thinking that people would hire based on GPA, which is funny. Use position as software engineer. In the short demos, I have written this twice, like wrong, and I had to restart 2 times because I wrote like engineer and engine with 2 N's with 1 E. Oh my god. Okay. Code Nimbus. Description will be, actually we can write something because we have time. Code Nimbus is looking for talented individuals. How do you write that? Individuals. Okay. Such as Bob. Let's say. Create job listing. So connection request is sent to me, and then a proof request. Code Nimbus. Are you from Code Nimbus? Yes, I'm from Code Nimbus. Whatever you write here, it's going to ask that. So if I write like something like this here, then I press this and then I accept, it's going to say, are you from this? No, I'm not. And then if I press accept, it's going to say verification failed. Of course, because I'm not that. So Code Nimbus is hiring now. I'm gonna come here. First, you need to get our ID. Actually, let me refresh so that the hiring page comes up. Okay. CrediLink connect. 1, 2, 3. Login wants to connect. Accept. First registering. Bob. Email bob@bobman.com. Register. This is my ID, name, and email. Accept. Let's generate a new DID and then receive my credential for that DID. Okay, I have successfully gotten my credential. Now I am going to use this ID from this CrediLink ID to log into the system. And it's asking me if it's the same. As I said, I can write whatever I want there, and then it's gonna check it against what I have in my wallet. So you need to have over 240 GPA, and you need to have worked at software engineer. So if these wallets are not present on your wallet, it won't work. So you basically cannot even agree to the proof. Like when you press it, it crashes. But even if you did, I mean, you use Hyperledger, so it just works. I know, I have used it. So Code Nimbus is looking for talent. Actually, you can probably send it. I don't know. I didn't test that. So I come here, I refresh, and then I connect. And it's asking me for it again. And company Code Nimbus. And when I log in, it's going to show me this user wants to job. Start the credential flow. Create a connection request. First of all, this is a different page. You need to you can actually create a connection from this page. Like this browser extension currently is sending Akapai a connection request message. So it is done now, and to the browser it is sending to the server. Let me say, the invitation has been started. So you saw the database. That's what it holds. So the database and this thing. This entire variable is holding the entire information data over here. So I can now connect. The ID in my credential is this, and then I accept. And Code Nimbus has requested to connect. I accept your connection request. Connection success. Wait for proof request. Now we have to wait. I'm just kidding. We now come here and then create proof request. Now this proof request part is also the same. Like this is sending the request to Akapai, and the other one is receiving it from Akapai and then sending the response to Akapai. There is no like middle ground here. Position software engineer, GPA higher than 240, just as we said in the thing. So I can now come back here and CodeNimbus request proof of your credentials. Okay, software engineer is expected and we match them. 240, 305, correct, accept that. Now I have created a proof representation and presentation is received, so verify and confetti, yay, proof is verified. And that's about it. That's actually the entire thing. I worked a month on this. It took a long time, but it's finally done and looks good. I mean, it's working. It has a wallet. You can see all your credentials in it. You can verify them. You can do whatever you want. You can log in with one click. That's the best thing I see. Like connect, accept, ID. Just doing this. You just have to do this. Come here, double click, Control C and Control V. Login. Proof requested, accept, finish. I mean, normal logins make me insane. This is so fast, so quick, so simple. Just tack, 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 finish. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. I mean, I'm gonna check this one for one last time. Yeah, there is still nothing changing here. It's probably because I have created everything again and again so many times. Well, the ledger is running good, right? Current validators. I can't run current validator. I can run validator info. Validator info. Yeah, everything is running. 4.4. Everything is connected to everything else. Okay, so that's about it. Okay, so I have forgotten some things, so I reopened the recording. So because the hyperledger in the needs to be on pool connector, you also need to set the IP address when starting as this IP. So as you can see over in here, it's 127.0.0.1 as needs to be the other thing. So 172. Yeah, I mean, you need to set it as this, but it's not really important. You can also do the following. You can get into the container and then run clear node.py. After clearing the node, I have already done it, so that's why it's erroring. By the way, these errors, don't look at them, and it's okay. So after removing everything, you can start the nodes like this. I mean, you would first have to generate. I'm just gonna copy this and then I'm gonna show it. So you would write the IP addresses. I wrote the wrong thing. Let me just reset that. Okay. So you would get your where is it? Not here. So up there. Yeah. This is the IP of Stoiky Leaky. I would do this, then remove this, enter this. By the way, if you create a node with actual like an IP address, actual IP addresses, you would put the IPs here. Node num will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Clients 5, nodes 4, generate. Okay. Okay. You actually should like we need to copy these things into some file. I have this file open, so I'm gonna put it here. There's something really wrong currently. starting the node. Before starting, oh, actually, after creating, can we just run it? Let me check, because we already should have the keys. I just run it with the generate. Let me try. Oh, it's running. Okay. Oh no, this is normal error. This happens all the time. This RocksDB, look. Actually, I need to run them all before I can speak, because it will crash. The RocksDB error is standard. It always says that. Come on. And then I run this. Okay. Now when I do, let me do ls first. Validator info. As you can see, all nodes are running, no problem. So I can even like start again, like do stuff here. Schema not found. Yeah, it's gonna say schema not found, of course, because we just deleted the ledger. If I run /read ledger type domain, it's gonna say nothing here now. Yeah, you can see that the Akapa is connected to this and speaking with it. So if I just, by the way, this just crashed probably because of the schema part. Oh, it didn't, or did it? Yeah, it did crash because no schema exists on Vault. It's gonna throw it. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying. So if I do read ledger again and do type pool, now I'm gonna. No, you shouldn't do it this way. I don't know why, but doing it this way might have a problem. Client IP and client port must be the correct values. Here, if the client IP and client port is 127.0.0.1, it wouldn't work. Okay. Also, you need to put this container in the same network as well. As I told you, the pool connector network needs to have all the containers that you have. So while running, you need to set the container as this one, as this network. I don't know, let's ask Google how to run container on a specific network. Docker. Okay, you do this and write the network's name here, then it works. Okay, it's hard to run indie. It takes your soul, but it's fun after you learn it. That's it. That's really it.